What's up, everybody? Jose Ortiz here with PetRockMedia.com, back again with another video, and today we talk about the latest Star Wars. Star Wars Episode VIII, The Last Jedi. Let's check it out. Okay guys, so Episode VIII, Star Wars The Last Jedi. What did you think? Next couple minutes we're going to kind of have a little discussion. I'll talk about my likes and my dislikes about the film. There will be spoilers. You have been warned right now. There will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and then come back and watch this video, so that way you can either tell me you agree with me or you can tell me how much you disagree with me, and you can always leave that down in the comments below. So, Episode VIII. Right off the bat, let me just say I'm a huge Star Wars fan. That should go without saying, but I need to state my fandom initially up front, so that way you know where I'm coming from. Now, I was not fortunate enough to be alive when the first episode came out, episode 4, if you could say. I was around, obviously, for episode 1, 2, and 3 coming out, and then now 7 and 8, with Rogue One being in the middle. However, having been introduced to them really early on, I consider myself a pretty big Star Wars fan. Now, from the original trilogy, episode 4, 5, and 6, I personally like episode 6, Return of the Jedi. That's my all-time personal favorite. Even to this day, I have strong feelings about that being probably the greatest Star Wars movie to date, in my opinion, with Rogue One having a strong stance and a strong opportunity to overtake that as the #1 movie. I absolutely love that storyline. But, episode 8. For me, right off the bat, you can obviously tell the difference in directing. J.J. Abrams reintroduced the entire storyline, had a great debut in my opinion. Yes, it did feel like original Star Wars films just remade, the whole Death Star thing and whatnot, but you can definitely tell there's a different direction in this film. The humor, for me, was a little overdone. There was a lot of humor that was overly done, in my opinion. It started off at the beginning, and it kind of went downhill from there, in my opinion. Now, what we need to understand as fans and as just lovers of the genre. Episode 1, 2, and 3, what film is mostly talked about as the worst one? Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Episode 4, 5, and 6, a lot of discussion about Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And now 7, 8, 9, and moving on, 8 is now getting a lot of backlash. Now, why do you think that is? In my opinion, it's the introduction of storylines and the explanation of that story. If you're looking at it from a full movie standpoint, taking all three and combining them into one film, the second act is always the explanation of the film, explanation of the stories, connecting key components in a story that you're trying to tell. Now, there were some parts in the movie that were super awesome. When Luke and Leia first meet again, you can feel that connection, and that was a super strong moment in the film. For me, there were some parts of the movie that could have been completely left out. The casino scene looking for the master code breaker, that didn't need to be done, especially since they ended up going with the other character. But, spoilers at the end of the film, you get to see those kids back on that same planet telling stories of Luke as a master Jedi and things like that. And if you saw that little tidbit, you see the little boy force grab a broom when he starts cleaning back up. So it's definitely worth a second look, so that way you can watch for little knickknacks like that, little nuances in the film, and kind of pay attention to those. However, for me, I give it about a 7 out of 10. Not bad, not great. Could have been better. Now, there were some parts of the movie that were, oh my god, amazing. When Kylo Ren and Rey are having that struggle, and Supreme Leader Snoke is there. You kind of get that feeling from Return of the Jedi when Luke is having that back and forth conversation with the Emperor, and he's telling him, take your lightsaber and strike me down with it. You kind of get that feeling a little bit in this film also. To me, though, it wasn't as great as it could have been, the moment. But then they both kind of combine forces for a moment, start fighting, start kicking ass and whatnot, and you kind of feel it like, all right, this is where it's going to get better. And then for me, it kind of falls short. Little humorous tidbits for me were the killer of the film, at least in my opinion. To me, Marvel set the bar, and a lot of films are starting to have that humor. However, this felt forced quite a bit. But all in all, would I see the film again? Absolutely, I would. I am a lover of this genre. I'm a lover of this story. I'm a full-time lover of Star Wars. So yes, I would go back and see it, but it's not one of those films that I could easily see over and over and over again. Rogue One, definitely a film I can do that. Episode 7, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But once again, guys, that's just one humble guy's opinion on the internet. I'm sure you'll let me know your comments. Leave them down below. Give me a thumbs up, 2 thumbs down if you got them. Don't forget to subscribe if you love the content. Don't forget to hit that little bell so that way you're notified each and every time I post a video or go live. Once again, guys, this is Jose Ortiz from PetRockMedia.com signing out. Peace.